We're talking with Eddie Cotton, who was the referee of the main event of boxing show in Gdynia. What do you think about Dawid Kostecki? Is he a strong candidate to win some serious belt in light heavyweight division, or he's not? Because in my opinion, he didn't confirm it this night.
I think he's a strong candidate. He's just going to have to get his defense up a little better because he got hit with a couple of crisp shots tonight. But he showed he's got a lot of heart because he came back each time that he got hurt or maybe got hurt. He came back. I think that with the light heavyweight division the way it is now, he's a strong candidate. He's got a good record too.
And this was your third evening of boxing in Poland.
Right.
And what is your general opinion about the level of boxing shows in Poland?
Great. The promoter, Peter, probably is one of the greatest promoters around. He told me that today was his 91st boxing show in 10 years. So if he's doing 9 shows a year, that's great. So, you know, and the people here are very lovely. You know, they treat us nice ever since the first time we've been here.
I couldn't call myself a Pole if I didn't ask you about Andrew Golada. And
no, that's okay. That's
if
okay.
you had noticed his fouls against Samson Pue,
Right.
I hope you remember that fight.
Yeah.
If you had noticed that biting in the neck, would you have disqualified him?
No, because it was at the end of the round, if you remember, and I actually thought that Andrew Golada's mouthpiece was coming out. I thought he was trying to put his mouthpiece back in. So, but then the next round he knocked Puja out. But I had Andrew Golada 3 times, and he fouled somebody every time. He with Riddick Bowe, the fouls with Donnell Nicholson, headbutt intentionally foul. Next round he stopped Nicholson. So he's just got his problems.
Did your reputation as a referee suffer somehow after these 2 fights against Pua and?
No. I think that it got better because one of the top sports writers in New York, Vince Matthews, had an article in the papers after the Bowe Andrew Golada bout, and he said the only person that looked like he had anything on his mind was the referee Eddie Cotton. So that was good that he said that. So.
What a referee feels when he stands between 2 probably the most powerful fighters as Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. What is the impression?
Well, first of all, I thank God for getting the opportunity to do it, and I've been doing it for 30 years. This is my 20th year as a professional, and I did it 10 years as an amateur, 8 years working in the prisons in New Jersey. So it's a great feeling, and let me just say this. A lot of people ask me what's the best fight that I had in 30 years, and I'm going to surprise you when I say this, but I had a women's bout. It was a women's lightweight championship, 135 pounds. It was a girl from Mexico against a girl from Puerto Rico. When the bell rang, they fought from the beginning of the round to the end of the round. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to say nothing for 10 rounds. They gave me a standing ovation at the end. I had to do nothing but just move. That was the best fight I had.
We all love this kind of work, I think. And the thing which is widely discussed among our readers is the disqualification of Arthur Abraham in the battle against Dirrell. Yeah. And if you had been a referee of this battle, would you also have disqualified him?
I would have done the same thing. Because he hit him while he was clearly down, and then he couldn't continue. So it was a clear disqualification. Yeah, I've done the same thing. Will you turn the lights out, Abby? Yes, I would have done the same thing. That was the right call.
After this all years with boxing, is boxing still a pleasure, a passion for you?
Yes. My father, he was a boxer. He sort of got me involved in the sport. His father, Larry Hazard Sr., was the New Jersey Athletic Control Board Commissioner, and he brought me in 20 years ago. So I owe a lot to him, and he's been like a mentor to me to talk about things and discuss certain issues that we have. So yes, I'm blessed to be in this sport, and I love it.
What are, in your opinion, the most important features of a good referee?
I think that he's got to be able to make a decision and stick with it. his father told me one time, he said, Eddie, whatever decision that you make sure you can back it up with the rules, and you'll never have a problem. And then there's other calls as far as judgment, which we had one too a night. Now, I have to look at the tape to see, but in the last round, I don't know whether his glove touched or not. It was real close, but I don't think his glove touched. If his glove would have touched, then that would have been a knockdown. See, so you got to make a decision real quick, a lot of times. And plus, you have to be patient, and like his father taught us to always maintain a triangle. The two fighters here and the referee here. So, you know, you got a good look to see whatever way that they're going. So.
Recently, I had an opportunity to read one of your interviews where you said that you never ask fighter which lands on the canvas. Do you want to continue the fight, or are you okay? Because it's obvious that the answer will be positive, yeah.
Right.
And do you remember what you asked Jackiewicz when he was fighting against Rodriguez in November?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't think I asked him anything because I just looked at the expression on his face, and you know, it was the first knockdown, and I thought he was sort of even in the fight as far as the score. So, you know, I would never stop it from that, you know, because he got up, and I just wanted, you know, to make sure that he defended himself, which he did. So I didn't say anything. But where that came from was I was doing an amateur bout in 1990 in Jersey City, and this kid got hit with a left hook, and he dropped like his feet were tied together. I got to the count of 9, and he was shrugged up against the ropes. So I said, what's your name? And he looked at me like, I said, where are you? He said Atlantic City, and we was in Jersey City, so I waved it off, right? So the people that was his supporters came rushing and said, "Wait, stop the fight for a ref." I said, ask him. He didn't know his name, and he didn't know where he was at. He said, yeah, that's right. So that's where, you know, I don't like to ask him, are you okay? Because you're going to say, yeah, even if you're not.
And the last question, who is, in your opinion, is the best, the most prudent, responsible referee currently?
Well, I've got a couple of favorites that I like that I've learned from. Robert Byrd is one in California. So is Kenny Bayless. And I like Richard Steele because Richard Steele gave me some insight onto having a big fight before. He hasn't been working that much. But I would say that they're my top 3 refs, I would say.
Thank you very much, Eddie, and good luck in the future.
Thank you. And I hope to come back again to talk to you again.
We're looking for it.
All right. Okay.